Welcome back. We've got our series on listening again, and this is where we talk about music, how we can listen a little more deeply, what we can pay attention to, some different stuff so we can listen for in music, because listening is a skill, and we're going to see if we can get just a little bit better at listening to music by the time we're done. Hey, I'm Schanno Johnson. If you don't know me, I'm a musician, composer, producer, and I make videos about all that fun stuff, music composition, music production, so make sure you hit that subscribe button to see videos like this in the future. So, today's video is about a question that I ask my students every single time I play them a piece of music, or almost every single time I play them a piece of music, and it's, do you like it and why? So when I ask my students this question, and when I think about what this question means, and what I mean by this question is much more than just, it's a great song because it's awesome, or I hate it because it's a terrible song. I think those two answers don't really say anything about the music. You think it's a bad song, and you don't like it. It doesn't say anything about what you mean by it being a bad song, or what you mean by it being a great song, or the best song. What does the best song mean? Now, I know, we're getting a little into Vsauce territory right now, but I do think it's good to point out that those two answers aren't what I mean by this question, and I don't think those answers are all that useful in terms of actually listening to music and paying attention to music and learning about music. This question, do you like it and why? What I mean is, what specifically do you like in the music, right? Do you like it? What specifically do you like? So the main reason why I like this question so much is it specifically gives you something to do. Do you like it or not? That's the first question, right? And that might be a simple question for some people. I think it can be really useful to figure out your own personal music taste. So what type of music do you like? What aspects of music do you like? What specifically do you like in specific songs? It'll help you broaden your musical horizons, your musical taste. You'll be able to find more artists that you like, that you enjoy listening to. But it'll also help you figure out whether or not one genre of music is one that you should explore more of. Now, I personally like lots of music, so I explore lots of different genres. But maybe you hear a few songs within a genre and you're like, nah, that specific style of music I don't like. Maybe I like some other specific style of music within this genre. It can also help you appreciate a song more deeply and on more than one level, right? Normally, I think people listen to music and they just sort of let it wash over them, and they think, how does it make me feel? That's definitely one way to enjoy music, and it's a very useful way to enjoy music. But it's not the only way to enjoy music. There's lots of other stuff to enjoy about music than just, how does it make me feel? And that's why I start with that question. How does it make you feel? Do you like it or not? This follow-up question is where you're adding a second layer of, what do you like about it? You're adding in some more deep listening. Do you like the guitars? Do you like the instruments? Do you like the drums? Do you like the piano or the bass or whatever stuff is there? Do you like the melody? Do you like the way that the singer is singing? Do you like the way their voice sounds? All of these things are things that you can pay attention to individually and think about, rather than just taking everything together. How does it make you feel? But I think it's a great way to further guide people into thinking, what specifically do I like about this song? Now, why do you like it is kind of a hard question to answer, right? Do you like it because that's the music that you grew up listening to, or the music that your parents listened to when you were younger? Is it because it's similar to the music that you listened to at a very formative part of your life, where you have a lot of positive memories, or a lot of formative and very sort of like meaningful memories? Maybe that's one of the reasons why you like it. But without getting into all of that, all of the psychology of music and stuff like that, you can think, what specifically about this song do I like? I ask that question as a why, because I think it's a little more easy to understand than saying something like, what specifically do you like about it? But again, that's kind of the same thing. What specifically do you like about that song that you like? Or what specifically don't you like about that song that you don't like? You can learn a lot about a piece of music from just doing this. Personal story time. I teach kindergarten through 8th grade music at a school right now, and my middle schoolers, I give them assignments where they have to write a paragraph about a piece of music. The question is almost always, do you like it and why? And honestly, this is my third year, this upcoming year, working at that school, and I can already tell that a lot of my students have better answers to that question than when I started at that school. And I've had these students for 2 years now. They've been doing these assignments basically every single week with a piece of music that I introduced to them or an artist that I introduced to them every single week, and they have gotten a whole lot better. Basically, every single student I have has gotten amazingly better at figuring out what they like about a piece of music. Our discussions have gotten much, much more detailed simply because I think they're thinking about music in a more sophisticated way. And it doesn't take a whole lot of practice. It takes writing a paragraph of 4 to 6 sentences about a piece of music that you just heard. Maybe you heard it twice, about why you like it or why you don't like it. And trying to write more than, I like it because it's the best song ever, I hate it because it's terrible. And all you're trying to do is think, what specifically do I like about this song? That question can get you a whole long way in appreciating music a little more deeply and understanding a little more deeply what you're listening to, and just overall broadening your musical horizons, because you might hear a song that's in a genre of music that you don't like or you don't think you like. And then you hear it and you ask yourself that question, do I like it and why? And you're like, oh, I actually do like this song, and here are the reasons why. It can just really help you appreciate music a little more deeply as you listen to it, which I think is always a good thing, because that means you're enjoying the music more, you're enjoying music that you don't like sometimes, appreciating music that you might not like sometimes, which is a great feeling, because that means that you don't hear a piece of music and you're like, turn it off, I never want to hear it again. Sometimes you hear it and you're like, no, I don't like this, but I can appreciate that guitar solo in the middle, or I can appreciate that drum beat in there, or I can appreciate that singing, and it just makes so much more music more enjoyable just by asking yourself this question of, do I like it? Why or why not? That question can go a long way in appreciating music more and understanding music a whole lot more. So I hope you give it a try at some point. All right, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. I hope you learned something about music. If you did, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.